I am Alpharius, and this video is not really a lie. So yeah, so I've been doing videos talking about this, like my ideas for how certain Primarchs should return to Warhammer 40k. And while I did talk about like the two big missing traitor Primarchs, there was one that has been technically teased of returning next on the Chaos side. So, like I said with Leman Russ, who's also who's rumored to, again, keep in mind rumored to be the next Loyalist Primarch to return. This is the next Chaos Primarch that is rumored to return, Alpharius or Omegon. Look, I'm just going to call him Alpharius. I'm not going to do, is it Alpharius? Is it Omegon? It doesn't fucking matter. They're the same person. I mean, does anyone fucking care? No? We don't? Okay, cool. So we're going to talk about how I would bring back, or how should Alpharius return to Warhammer 40k. Now, let's actually talk about the Legion itself, which got a book called Hero Master, which basically is talking about the current state of the Alpha Legion. And we do have one guy, Solomon, who is trying to bring the different war bands of the Alpha Legion together. Remember, outside of the Night Lords, the Alpha Legion has been the only traitor Legion that has really didn't travel into the warp. The Night Lords and the Alpha Legion stayed behind and have been replenishing their numbers. So the Astartes, the traitor Astartes who are a part of this Legion, a vast majority of them don't know their Primarch. They don't know their father, their gene father. And for a majority of them, they don't like him. There is a good number of them who do practice making themselves look like Alpharius. But they also aren't really liked. It is said by Solomon, who is Solomon basically says out loud, "Look, you are well within your right to do that, to make yourself look like our gene father, but make no mistake, that doesn't give you power over the rest of us." So that's the other thing. If Alpharius somehow returned to the setting, none of these sons are going to believe him, because it's a trick. They'll see it as a trick, and that's the whole point of the Alpha Legion, is that they're so wrapped up in their own goddamn secrets, they don't believe, even those motherfuckers have trouble figuring out what's truth or what's not. I know that's a running gag in the Warhammer fandom. That's like a meme for that's just been a constant meme for the Warhammer 40k fandom. But there's a lot of truth there, honestly. There's some legit truth in the fact that these guys just fucking don't. They just fucking have no trust in each other. And that's why in Hero Master it was so hard for Solomon to bring the Legion, bring the Legion back together. And even he has even if Alpharius did return, does anyone want him back? So Alpharius would probably have an uphill battle for that. There would be a serious uphill battle for him. And again, if it's Omegon, it doesn't matter. Because again, Rogel definitely killed one of them. Let's not get that twisted. Rogel definitely killed one of them, whether that be the real Alpharius or Omegon. That remains to be seen. But for like I said, for this video and for sake of argument, let's just say that was Omegon that was Alpharius. And no matter who it was, if one of them returned claiming to be Alpharius, there's really no way his sons are going to believe, these sons are going to believe him, because a good amount of them haven't seen him. They weren't part of the Horus Heresy. They were just kind of generations after. I think, and I know it's kind of hard to say, but 10,000 years is actually a long-ass fucking time. I know that's we can't mentally scope that, and I know 10,000 years isn't long in lore. Yeah, but in real time, that's actually pretty fucking long. 10,000 years is several hundred generations of people. So, if Alpharius just showed up and was "Hey, I'm Alpharius," everyone's gonna be "No, you're not." So, again, it would be an uphill battle for that. Now, let's talk about let's talk about an interesting concept that could arise in this situation. The idea that Alpharius could actually fall further to chaos. I know there's this whole thing of, like, the Alpha Legion is, like, you know, bad guys who are good guys, who are actually bad guys, who are really good guys, but also bad guys, then good guys again. Again, I don't even think they know where their allegiances lie. So, let's actually, like, break that down real fast. Like, the fact of the matter is, I think Alpharius would, if he returned, he would just fall further into chaos. And also, it gives, you know, Warhammer 40k a new model to make a new, a new demon, demon Primarch. Let's be real, that would be their first thought. So, Alpharius, to prove he was where he, you could make the argument that he's been in the warp the whole time, going against everything he ever said about the warp and everything else. I mean, you could say, like, oh, Alpharius would never do that. Really? Because Pernarabo said the same thing, and we all know how that turned out. So, I have no doubt in my mind, and again, it could, they could easily go, and by them, I mean Games Workshop, they could easily go, wait, these Demon Primarchs really sell really well. What if we brought back Alpharius and made him like a Demon Primarch? Like, he comes back as a Demon Primarch. Now, what would he look like? I personally think it would be kind of cool to take the whole Hydra Dominatus motif and really, like, run with it in a new direction. I think that would be really cool to, like, take the idea of Hydra Dominatus and have it, like, Alpharius is now, like, this huge, snake-like kind of creature. Several heads. Like, each head would say something different. And, God, it'd be, like, I think that would be a cool way to play with it. Or make him more reptilian. I know, like, Fulgrim kind of fills the Snake Boy kind of motif, but at the same time, there's also this thought of, it'd be kind of fun if we had, like, a giant Hydra Man Demon Primarch. I think that would be a lot of fun to play with. So yeah. But again, we run into that whole thing of, like, Alpharius isn't exactly liked or remembered by his by these sons. In fact, even Alpharius himself would probably look at them and go, "Who the fuck are you people?" Alright, I'm your dad. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Hydra Dominatus. That means shit to us. Fuck! And again, it doesn't matter if it's Alpharius or Omegon, because God knows they would play with that. If they brought Alpharius back, it's like, are you Alpharius or are you Omegon? And whoever it is, again, Alpharius would just be like, do you care? Or like, only I know. Or, do you want to know the truth? I'd have to kill you. So, even they would all, Games Workshop, if they brought Alpharius back, would constantly play with the whole thing of, oh, is it Alpharius or is it Omegon? The answer is we don't fucking care. We're just gonna call him Alpharius. That's the big, like, that's the, that's the real crux of it. And again, I know some people are gonna be like, well, that doesn't make sense to make, Alpharius, fall further to chaos, and which chaos god would he serve? I think he would be more along the lines of serving all four, kind of like the Word Bearers. I think that's how they would do it. And on top of that, again, it would also prove that it would also give a little more credit to the Alpha Legion of being like, oh, that probably is our real father. And it would also have this whole thing of, like, Alpharius being like, yeah, in that time I fell further to, I gave myself to the ruinous powers because I saw what Horus was trying to do. So, I gave myself, after Rogel killed my brother, I saw, that we needed more. The Alpha Legion was not enough. We are not enough to fight the force of the Empire, of the Imperium, so we have to go further. We have to push ourselves further into something and become something greater than ourselves. Is this hypocrite? And I think Alpharius would also, like, be well aware that it would be very hypocritical of him also. So, but I think it would be like, the ends justify the means. We're gonna win this war no matter what. So that's just my, but yeah, that's just my personal thought, and that's how I would like to see Alpharius come back. If he doesn't, or at all, be cool. Like, I'm fine with it. But you guys tell me in the comments below, how do you think Alpharius should return to Warhammer 40k? Do you guys want him as normal? Do you guys want him, like, to be a big, you know, to be further into the room, give himself further to the Chaos Gods? Or do you prefer, like, him being normal? And also, would you want him to, like, try to bring back the Alpha Legion back together as a whole? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.